This is a new Citroen C5 X and it's a little bit like an Eames chair because it's French, it's stylish and it's also designed primarily with comfort in mind. Now in this video I'm going to talk you around the exterior, the interior of this car. I'm going to show you how practical it is, I'm going to take it for a drive, and I'm also going to launch it to see how quick it is from 0 to 60 miles an hour because I'm Matt Watson and I launch absolutely bloody everything. Buy, sell, car, wow. Let's start this video by talking about the price. So if I go onto the carwow website, I can see that the C5 X starts from just under £28,000, though you can save an average of almost £3,000 off one through carwow. Now, if you want to see how much money you can save on a car, click on the pop-out banner up there or follow the link in the description below. Alternatively, if you want to do that at a later date after watching this video, simply Google "Help Me Carwow" and me and my team will help you choose the right car for you and get it for a fair price from one of our trusted dealers. Now let's talk about the design of the C5 X. You've got this big strip of chrome across the front of the car which integrates into the Citroen badge, quite like that. Also you've got those familiar upside down Citroen lights where you've got the main headlight unit there and the daytime running light on top, which makes it look slightly sleek. Moving down the side, all models get 19-inch alloy wheels as standard, though the design does change as you move up the range. Now from the side, this car looks slightly raised up compared to a normal hatchback, sort of a bit like you get with an Audi Allroad. Now if you want, you can have a two-tone roof and you can have roof bars, which this car doesn't have. Then there's this chrome strip that runs along here, then you get some other shiny bits on this panel. That's actually one-way glass, believe it or not. It's a window, see? Moving down the back, you have these wrap-around tail lights, which are very sculptured. Little boot lip spoiler there, quite a bulbous rear end, and then we've got black plastic on the bumper, which I'm not so keen on. Though there are these satiny bits on higher spec models, which end up looking like fake exhaust. Can I have my stick, please? Just need to just confirm that. Yes, we've got some fakery here. Yes, lots of fakery. Why have we got this fakery in this day and age? I thought that was over. I thought there was no need for the stick of truth anymore. I'm not going to moan about the interior of the C5 X. I think it's a really nice piece of design and the quality is good. Everything you touch feels solid. Squeegee dash, LED effect, this interesting trim here. There's some other nice details as well, such as the chrome here on the door, this paneling here, and my favourite, the chevron stitching. That's lovely. Then there's the infotainment system, so you can get two sizes. This is the big one, and it's actually quite nice to use, very slick, smooth. You've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. You've also got a digital driver's display, and you can cycle through different views and menus using that. The steering wheel design is nice and simple, like that, and there's plenty of adjustment in it as well. Used to be that French cars had very odd seating positions, but not anymore. This is good. So too is practicality. So underneath here, we've got some storage with a USB port. There's a place here for your keys, which is handy. Then you've got some cup holders there. This is for your drive selector. And underneath here, you have some wireless charging. And then there's another USB there, 12-volt socket. I like the fact that you have proper climate controls, so you can just turn a knob instead of press a button on a screen. That's good. I'm going to turn it down. It's that easy. Then you've got a decent sized glove box. Once again, French cars used to have very small glove boxes, well, for the UK models anyway. Not anymore. Then you've got big door bins. Look, large bottle, door bin, fits, job done. Here in the back seats, there's a decent amount of room. Knee room's good. Headroom, that's all right as well. To be fair, a Skoda Superb does feel a little bit more spacious, and if you want to see my full in-depth video review of that car, click on the pop-out banner up there or follow the link in the description below. However, me personally, I'd rather travel in the back of this. It just seems a little bit more salubrious and interesting. The seats, super comfy. There's so much space in the footwells as well. You can really stretch out underneath the seat in front. There isn't too much of a hump in the floor, so if you need to carry 3 people at once, it ain't that bad. Also, you've got some decent practicality, so large door bins, useful pockets on the seat backs. You've got a little cubby storage there, 2 USB ports. There's your ISOFIX anchor points, and it's not that hard to fit a child seat in this car because there's enough room, doors open wide, and there's plenty of space. Also, you've got an armrest there. Shame that isn't covered up, so you do end up putting your wrist in it, but you can use it as a cup holder, and you can put your, where's my phone? I don't know what I did with my phone. We'll come back to you in a moment when we find my phone. Okay, got it. So you can put your phone there and sort of watch it. That was worth the wait, wasn't it? You also have some through loading there as well, which is handy if you need to carry skis, though you wouldn't fit a snowboard in there. Let's check out the boot. The load capacity of this car is 545 litres. By comparison, the boot on a Ford Kuga is 612 litres. Now, if you want to see my full video review of that car, there'll be a banner popping out. Click on that or follow the link in the description. The plug-in hybrid, the boot capacity is actually reduced by 60 litres. Bit annoying that, but You've got to have some space for the batteries, you see. Also, you have to carry your charge cable, so that takes up some space. And because the boot is slightly smaller than the normal car, you can't fit the load cover underneath the false floor like you can in just the standard petrol C5 X. So you know what that means. Don't brake. It did break. Another thing that I find slightly annoying is that while there isn't really much of a load lip, there is a big jump from here to getting your stuff out of the car because of this huge protruding bumper. I do like this though. I can fold down the rear seats by just pulling these levers. There we go. Now, it's not a completely flat floor. There's a bit of a step in it, but you can still slide things right to the front like that. Sorry, that shows a bit of a lack of respect. That brings us to 5 annoying things about this car. The sunroof is a £1,300 option, but I have a few problems with it. Firstly, it's not full length. Secondly, even though it does open, it's the reason why it's not full length, it doesn't open very far, so it's not really worth it. Brilliant. And then there's the fact that the blind is manually operated. Look at this. I need to reach around to do it. And the fabric for it is as loose as my grandmother's knicker elastic. Why did I say that? I don't know why I said that. It's not even a thing. I haven't even got a grandmother anymore. She's long since dead. When you load the boot, it makes this annoying bonging sound. Like you're reversing a forklift truck. There's no guides or runners for the rear seat belt, so when you fold the seats down like that, they sometimes get caught there, or sometimes they flip around like that, which means that when you push it back, it's trapped. Oh, why don't manufacturers just fix this problem? I don't know why they're still doing it. There's no wiper for the rear window, which is annoying if you've left your car, it's been raining, and you want to reverse while looking out the back window, old school style. So, what do you have to do? Oh, you have to become a wiper yourself. I think I found a new profession. The plug-in hybrid version of the C5 X has a 40-litre fuel tank, which is 17 litres less than the standard petrol version. Now, I know it has a battery on board and you get 38 miles of range from that, but that won't make up for the 17-litre deficit, will it? It's not all negative though. Here's 5 good things about this car. All C5 X's come with something called advanced comfort seats. They do feel pretty advanced and very comfortable. Got some special pillowing on them. Lovely. And you can also get a massage function if you want. One of the massage programs is called Cat Paw. Let's try that out. I wonder if it's called Cat Paw because I can hear a cat purring. Or is that just the motors? Oh, I know. You know, when cats have that weird kneading thing, like they're suckling on their mother to try and get a bit more milk out of the teat. Sorry, that was weird. All Citroen C5 X's get Citroen's specially cushioning bump stops in their suspension so you don't feel it too much if you hit a big bump. Also, the hybrid version has a special setup which can read the road surface and it will slacken off its adaptive dampers as necessary. You can get this car with a really big, clear heads-up display. And one of the good things about it is that you can actually move the position of it easy using the controls for the door mirrors, and you can cycle through different views. All C5 X's get an acoustic windscreen which helps reduce wind noise, but you can also get acoustic glass on all glazing in the car if you want to. For instance, double glaze on these back windows on this particular car, which is really handy if there's an annoying noise coming from outside the car. That's better. As well as a normal reversing camera, you can get this car with a special surround view system. First time ever on a Citroen. Before I drive this thing, I'm going to talk you through the engines. You can get a 1.2 litre 3-cylinder with 130 horsepower. Then there's a 1.6 litre turbo petrol 4-cylinder with 180 horsepower. Or you can get that engine mated to an electric motor in the plug-in hybrid version, which is what this car is. And then you have 225 horsepower and 0 to 60 in 7.9 seconds. And I'll be testing that when I launch it a little bit later on in the video. Now, all cars are front-wheel drive and come with an automatic gearbox, but which engine and trim combination of C5 X would I go for? Well, I'm going to configure one now using the carwow. I'm pretending. But anyway, I've configured one before. My favourite version of this car, and if you want to see what it is and the saving you can get through carwow, click on the pop-out banner up there or follow the link in the description below. Okay, let's see what the C5 X is like to drive. I'm going to start off in town. Because this is the hybrid, I'm going to put it into electric only mode. Now you can run up to over 80 miles an hour on electric power alone in this car, but it's really nice just cruising about on electric power. It really is. It suits this car. Another thing this car's good at is that went over a bump, hardly felt it. The suspension in this car is so good. It just absorbs bumps. Only when you hit the very sharpest bump do you feel a slight jolt. It's almost Rolls-Royce like the way this goes up the road. Almost. I'm not going to get too carried away, right? Sometimes with plug-in hybrids, the brakes can be a bit grabby, and yeah, they are in this. So the first part of the brake-in does regen, so it puts energy back into the battery. As a result, you don't get the most natural brake pedal feel, but you sort of get used to it and you can accept it. Visibility is good forward, bit of a blind spot there. If you're out the back window in great though, not so sure about that. Now, I'm going to try and do a U-turn. So let's see. Right, here we go. The turning circle on this car is 11.7 metres, which is about normal for this type of vehicle. So if you have to do a silly manoeuvre like this, it's easy enough. The really, really light steering, I mean, look at that. I can do it with my finger. Also helps, as do the surround view cameras on this car. Let's see what the Citroen C5 X is like on a twisty country road. I'm engaging sports mode now, and here comes a bend. What's going to happen? Does it feel sporty? No, it doesn't feel sporty. Does that matter? No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it leans a bit in the corners, even though in sports mode this particular car with its adaptive suspension has the suspension stiffened up somewhat, but it still feels very soft, relaxing, cosseting, and really what you want from this car. It handles well enough. If you want a sportier drive from a similar kind of car, click on the pop-out banner up there, or follow the link in the description below to watch my video review of the Cupra Formentor. However, this does not put me off this car in any way, shape or form. It knows what it's doing, it's all about comfort, and it's comfortable even when you're going around the bends. Right, now let's see what this car's like when you're going a little bit quicker. So I'm now in hybrid mode. I'm going to accelerate, get up to faster speeds for a dual carriageway. Okay, so it takes a little while for the car's systems, the electric motor, the gearbox, the engine to all work together to get you moving. Then it picks up okay. And do you know what? I think for most people, if you're doing longer journeys regularly, I wouldn't bother with the plug-in hybrid. I only get this car if you're going to be doing lots of short journeys, you have the ability to charge at home, or you're a company car driver, because you'll save a lot of money through company car tax by having the plug-in hybrid. Other than that, get the normal 1.6. In terms of just cruising down the motorway though, my God, this thing is comfy. The seats relaxing, the suspension yet again, absolutely brilliant when you're going fast. Also, there's lots of soundproofing as well. It's quiet, it's relaxing. Yeah, it's a good long distance cruiser this. Citroen says this plug-in hybrid version of the C5 X should be able to do 0 to 60 in 7.9 seconds, but I'm going to find out for myself by using my specialist timing gear. I'm going to launch it like no owner ever will. Here we go. You get that initial punch from the electric motor. The petrol engine makes a bit of a noise when you thrash it, but what's the time going to be? 0 to 60, 7.27 seconds. That's all right, that is. So then, what's my final verdict on the Citroen C5 X? Should you avoid it? Should you consider it? Should you shortlist it? Or should you just go right ahead and buy it? Well, I reckon you should just go right ahead and buy the C5 X if you want a reasonably priced, large family car that's very, very comfortable and feels quite unique and special inside. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. Let me know what you think of my verdict in the comments below. If you want to watch some more videos, you just click on those windows, and if you click on that box there, you can go to the CarWow to see how much you can save on a new car.